Hi all, we are here now with the wonderful Sharan Raj from India. Um, he's a fabulously creative young man, but also has a heartfelt passion for assisting humanity at large. And it's just wonderful to share with you, Sharan. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
yeah.
So happy
Um,
to be here.
Yes, it's always a joy to see you. And you do so much in your life and cover so many areas. What would you say was your purpose in life?
So yeah, that's very important question actually what you asked, and thank you so much for that. I think I should be proud enough to know that uh, as early as we understand the purpose of a life, our life will be better. So I think I realized what is purpose of my life at the earliest stage. So that is the reason I think I'm living the life. So I feel my purpose of life is, see, you might be having so much of wealthy, or you can get so much of you know things into your life, a materialistic world. But if you're not, if you're just doing it for yourself, it is not the life. So I believe what we do, whatever we do, from that, one, you know if others are getting benefited, and with my action, with my work, if somebody's really, somebody's life is, if somebody's life is changing, I feel that that is the purpose of my life. If we are helping others to live the life in a better way, I think that will be the moment. Uh, that will be the moment which gives me an unlimited happiness. So I feel that is a purpose of my life.
What a wonderful purpose, the happiness of humanity.
Yeah,
How wonderful. And that's,
thank you.
yeah, yeah, that's to give joy is a true attribute. It's a deep consciousness and awareness, and um, you have such a deep caring of heart for all people. And you've come from the wonderful India, which has such a mystery and a magic about it. There isn't anybody who doesn't love an aspect of India or India as a whole for all that it is. And yet it has so much going on in it that in regards the huge kind of cultural divides. It has great poverty, um, and yet it has a much richness as well. Um, it has one of the largest populations. It has one of the largest amount of people that are unbanked even in the world within it. One of your concerns or something that presses on your heart rather is to improve circumstances for everybody. Um, so what is it that you're improving? What's the lack, if you like, in India that you wish to change?
Yep. Thank you so much. Actually, I think that's a very beautiful. That's really a nice question what you asked. Uh, I let me, before getting into the answer, I'll just tell where I come from. Which place. I come from a small village of India. So that is there's a state called Karnataka, and there is a place called Ballari as a district. And in that, there's a small village in which there's a 3,000 people who are living in that village. I come from that village. When I was kid, till my seventh grade, I was staying there, and I was seeing many different kind of people with different kind of problems and different kind of struggles. For no reason, all these people were, I was feeling that when I was a kid, for no reason, those people were struggling themselves. I just felt there is something lack in them. There is something which is lack, which is making them to suffer. That is what I felt. So after, as I started growing, I just, my parents, we migrated to because we migrated to a city called Ballari, where I started my education, and then I did my 12th grade. I studied the science, and then I joined to an engineering, and I wanted to become a district commissioner, which is one of the high cadre position in India, which can help the people. But one day I felt like, with that, with so much of procedure, what we have in India, I just felt that, uh, that may not be possible as I thought when I'm in that position. So I just started with my own startup when I was in second year of my engineering, and I got an opportunity to represent India in the United Nations. And I got an opportunity in 2017 to represent India in British Parliament even. So let me come to the answer for the question what you asked. What exactly is lack in India? I just believe the important thing what we are lack is the creativity, which is very important. If you go back to early history of India, Indians have innovated, a great things. You know, we have built so many great creations. If you go to any places like, we have a very historical place in India called Hampi in our city, Vijayanagara Samrajya, one of the amazing historical place. Each and every constructions in that place is beautiful. If you take a Taj Mahal in India, that's one of the wonder in the world, one of the wonder in the world. Like the way they created, it's innovatively they have done. Why it's not happening today in India? Can you name any one company, I know, which you call it as a creative company or innovative company from India? We hardly get it actually. Why it's not happening? And if you take an example, if you name any top company in the world, the Indians are working for that company, and Indians are leading those companies. But why it's not happening in India? When we go in deep and understand it, I just felt because of lack of creativity in the people's mind. We're just our education system is just the copycat model. It's not allowing the students to think freedom, and yeah, I think that is the right word. The education system is not allowing the students to think freedom. Like their thought process is not going in the right direction. So we are trying to eliminate this process step by step, and we have a lack of collaboration. The people, uh, they don't collaborate easily, and they construct the walls in their mind, which is stopping them to grow themselves. And if you go to village areas, there's a lack of education for them, and lack of moral education basically. And we have so many feelings, and that's a different aspect. And most of the people are, like like cheating each other for no reason, and they're just trying to grab the others things, instead of creating themselves for their own. So these are the small simple things which is really lack in our country. And I know the one more, the great thing which was like, today is October 2nd, the 25th birthday of our great person of India, who gave the freedom, who helped us to get the freedom today, the Mahatma Gandhi ji. I should be proud to say his name today, because in my school days, I should say this, I was, most of the time, uh, whenever we do cultural events, they were making me to become a Gandhiji actually. That has happened in my life for more than 3 times actually. Even when I was doing my engineering, I was, we did a fashion show. In that we did an actually, we did as including the all freedom fighters, and I was Mahatma Gandhi. I was just, uh, I just, I became as a Gandhiji in that actually. So Mahatma Gandhiji was, his mission was, uh, you know, getting not only just to get a freedom to India and also to, make India as one of the great country, to make India as a great country, to in which, uh, will be, India as a clean India, or we call it as Swach Bharat, uh, making India wealthy and healthy and all that. So today, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is really doing a tremendous work, and he's really bringing great policies, and he's really bringing the, I can say, uh, impactable change in our country, in which he's reaching out to the local people, our rural people, and he's trying to change the attitude of the people mindset, which is very important. Uh, he has started a mission called Swach Bharat, in which we call it as a Clean India. Not just to clean our areas, or to clean our house. Instead, cleaning our mind and, cleaning our thought process. That is what exactly he's trying to do. So these are the things which is lack in our country, and I'm not telling, we are lack in all this. I really don't want to say that, but it might be a bitter, but we have to accept the truth. But it is truth actually. So it can be eliminated, and if we eliminate all these things, and if we, if we come out of all these lacks, I think India is going to be one of the strongest country in the world, which can do anything. And because we are such a great people, I know, uh, in which our culture and the way people live their life, and there are so many people, there's so many sadgurus, the gurus, what we call, the teachers, who teach not only how to live our life, they also teach how to give your life to others, how to help others, and inner engineering, and they, I should say this actually, instead of understanding or innovating the machineries, the God has given a great machine that is called our body, our mind, our soul. So there's so many Satgurus, the Gurus, they are still teaching the people to learn and understand our body and soul and our mind, how this works, you know, how we can utilize this to make our life better. So all these things, what they're teaching, I think, still things what they lack, and if you bring back everything, I think we'll be like this can bring a great change in our country.
Yeah, it's a wonderful um, thing that you're moving more towards the being of consciousness, and everything is moving towards that aspect. And what I loved as well is that because one of the things I always do, as you know, Sharan, is refer to you as the next Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh,
As
I, I should be thankful for saying this. I love to be, and what I believe is we need to create, n number of Gandhis in our world, not only in India.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
who gonna give the life, to make others' life better. It's. I think, uh, it's one of the great thing, you know.
Yes.
Today, even after 150 years, we respect Gandhiji, and I know it's really great thing. You know, one can achieve in his life. You know, you can make money, you can do many things, which can end up when you die. The day when you die, that's gonna end up. But this gonna remain forever. You know, even that is, I think, Mahatma Gandhiji is an example to us today. Even if he has died, 150 years back we are lost in, but today we are still remembering and we are still celebrating it. You know, the whole country has given a holiday for celebrating his birthday. Can you imagine the proudness? And I think that's really a great thing. There's no other words to describe, but even other part of the world, people around the world are still remembering Mahatma Gandhi. You are there in you know UK, and Heather is there in other part of the world, but still you guys are remembering him, right? Why?
Yes.
It's because he has did such a great thing.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Yeah. And what was so wonderful about him, which shines out in you as well, and always has for me, is the peacefulness, the fact that he could and you can create great change through being as peaceful as possible. He actually sometimes did completely nothing. Literally, he just sat there and didn't even eat or drink or anything. He just sat.
yeah,
And
I
you
just wanted to correct you there.
around.
I just wanted to correct you there. You know,
Yeah.
he was not doing nothing means having patience.
Yes.
So he said, patience is also a form of action.
Yes. Yes.
It's not nothing. It's a form of action, basically.
What I mean by nothingness is when you let go of everything on a human level and even recognize
Yeah,
that soul is to let go of. There is nothing there that defines you. And in
yeah,
that
yeah,
nothingness, which is what I refer to as nothing, it has great power because it it's nothing, yet it's everything because it creates great change. And you can go on hunger strike and visibly just be sat down. And yet, in that nothingness, mountains are being moved, freedom for countries are being created. So, what
yeah.
I mean by nothingness is incredible power and strength and humility. And these are great qualities, but there's things that shine out best through less being more. And that's what you have the ability and are on many levels already. He brought freedom to India, and I see you bringing freedom to the people, each individual person. And this is where you're intertwined in the freedom of India and why I refer to you as the next Mahatma
That's
Gandhi.
really that's really wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you so much for that.
You're very, very welcome because it is all that you are. So, what is really pressing on your heart in this moment that you want to share and put out there right now?
Uh, I just want to say to the people that it's all about the belief system what you have. If you think you want to be a good person and you want to do something to this nation, you can do it. If you keep a belief system in which you think that yes, I can't change the people's mindset, if you can't change the society, it's never gonna be. Because change starts with each step. Change starts from taking action from each person, each individuality. And if we correct ourselves, you know, if we live our life in a better way, I mean to say that, living our life in a pure way, purity, what I said, right? I mean to say, like, if you start living that way, I think that starts from you, and your family changes from there, and your surrounding changes from there, and that is the level, of change gonna happen. And I just want to say to the people, just keep your mind open and remove the belief system from, belief from your mind that, these things are impossible kind of beliefs what you have. Just remove that from your mind and start doing it. It's gonna happen actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very important point that you've just made there, actually, the importance of belief and seeing the end results that you want as though it already is, and therefore bringing it into your sphere of possibility much, much faster. And, I've known you since you were a teenager, and now you're only 25 still, everybody. And he's already moving mountains. Your heart is expansive. It really is, and you cover spheres. I mean, we see talking in another interview with Dr. Krishna Mohan about a project that you're working on, and you cover all aspects because you are a little technical genius. On one hand, you create everything technical that anyone would want. You put your mind to it and you make it happen. And then on the other, there is this wonderful heart, this wonderful caring. And I've seen you so many times talking about, how the people need to be taught just to put their hands in the soil, grow their own food, just to learn to use what's naturally around them in a more creative way that will assist them to create a good life for themselves. So on this side of things, on this level of change that you want to create on that level, can you explain the depths of you? Because how you intertwine both your heart and your technology, and how you wish to bring them together in this sphere of you and what you're doing for freedom in beautiful India.
Oh. First thing I would like to say is, if somebody wants to do anything to the society, they just need to be honest to themselves. They just need to be honest to themselves. There's no need to explain anything to anyone that what we are trying to do. When you feel that, when any thought process comes, you just think. If you think that, yes, what I'm taking the decision now, what I'm doing now, if it is correct, just go with that. There's no need to worry to anybody's opinion, because that doesn't, there is no need to stick to their opinion. You just need to just start doing it. uh, I think being honest is the only word can do many things. Because I really don't know what to say. I'm just trying to be honest to myself, and I'm just trying to create a better people surrounded. Just create a better people surrounded by ourselves, and life will start giving you many things. And I would like to say one important thing is, you may think that whatever we do, nobody gonna observe. If the human beings are having a expiry date, but the nature is not having expiry date. It's keep observing you. It keeps observing the people's action. In India, in our Sanskrit, we call it as a Panchabhutas. The five, uh, what you call actually, five important elements in our lifestyle. I mean, in this world, that is air, know, water, and the sky, and the trees, nature. I mean, so these five elements are very good absorbents, and also they are very good reflectants. When you talk something, when you think something, nature gonna absorb that, and it reflects back. This is what happened in my life. I'm honestly telling you, I came from a small village. I started my company with a 16,000 rupees, and I belongs to a lower middle class family. And my grandfathers were really rich, but because of some people's, they taken our properties, and really, they given lots of problems to my parents when I was kid, when I was studying, when I was like 6 months old. From that day, I think I saw so many problems, and those pain, which made me to become you know, a right human being. So I'm trying to say that when you start thinking in the right way, when you're trying to be honest to yourself, nature gonna observe that, whatever you think. And it reflects back with whatever you want. You just do it, it's definitely going to happen. You just think, yes, and down the line, I just want to become this. If you think honestly, and if you're honest to yourself, and if you trust in that process, one fine day, that's definitely going to happen. That really definitely that is going to happen. If you take an example, Shona, long back, we started our mission to create a platform. I just came into your life to just to give a technical solution. But today, because we are honest to ourselves and our process we trusted, today we have started with our first level of session.
Yeah.
And changing the world.
Yes.
This is not so simple thing. Everyone cannot do this. It is happening because we are honest to ourselves, and we are trusting the process, and nature is supporting for that.
Yeah.
This is a practical truth and a practical example I can say. And this is what I think I've given answer to your question.
Yes, you certainly have. Yeah, because and as you always demonstrate when you answer any question, you have tremendous depth and beauty in there, and you just glow and sparkle when you're talking from your heart. Your eyes just sparkle. I've always said it, and and it's you've touched on such wonderful things in there about just being true to self. What you mentioned is about being who you are without influence of others. When you remove expectation, when you aren't trying to be somebody else's picture of you, and you go out into the world as who you are, you really are an example that you can start with nothing, and yet if you have, or very little, and if you have the vision, the heart, and just move in flow, in the flow of God, that is when the magic happens. That is where the miracles happen. And, you know, our visions and our dreams become a reality. And you know, we have lessons to learn in life, and I've walked along this path, sometimes at a distance and sometimes alongside you. And we know of the dishonesty. We know of what's out there on the counter side. And what's wonderful about you and about all people that come from that space is that when you come out the other side of these situations, you are always more and doing even more from that space of heart than you did before. And each experience makes you stronger, because it's only showing you the absolute opposite of your goodness. And once you've seen what the absolute opposite of that good aspect of goodness is, you're already above it. So with all these things that have been going on that I know of, you have just risen and are glowing more and more and creating more and more. And I refer to you as a freedom giver. You see what's required and you give the tools if they're required. You give, or find someone that has the knowledge of what you want to do it with. And you give freedom. To me, that is you. It's just absolutely wonderful to put you out there and just let you speak your heart and let the people see you. And I just want you to just, again, speak from your heart and say anything else that you feel that you wish to say to the people so that they really see you.
Yeah. I just need to be thankful to the, my parents for giving this beautiful life, and I just need to be thankful to the people, who are surrounded by me, and the people who have supported me in different aspects. And I'm just expecting, like, whoever watching this, just keep your mind open. We're not just doing this just to uh, you know uh, to grab something, or to make money or something like that. Just keep your mind open and pure. You're just doing it with a pure intention. So take it in the right way, and please come forward to become part of this mission, and let's glow together, and let's grow together, and let's help others to grow together.
That's an absolutely wonderful note, actually, to complete this interview on. The message of the world growing together collectively. That's a wonderful note to finish.
Because together we can do many things.
We can do anything.
Yeah. I think that should be the right word.
Yes, we can. And if I just want to tell the people that if they want to connect with Sharan, they can connect with his personal details through the website itsatoughworldouthere.com. And it's been an absolute joy to share with you today, Sharan, and I look forward to sharing many more conversations with you and your journey with you in this space. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your Namaste.